G'day, my name's Josh and welcome to the Learn Bislama series. This course is designed to take you from 0 to 100% fluency in the language of Bislama. Before we get into it, let's have a look at what Bislama actually is. Now, if we're going to learn Bislama, it's important to understand what Bislama actually is as a language. Now, Bislama is considered a Creole language. That basically just means that it's a stable, natural language that formed out of a situation where 2 or 3 different languages were being spoken at any given time. But in order to simplify communication and make communication a little bit more effective, they've had to take different parts from different languages to form one certain language. So in the case of the Pacific Islands, these Creole languages have been commonly referred to as pigeon languages. There are many different forms of Pidgin that is spoken in many different places. For instance, in Papua New Guinea, they speak Talk Pidgin. In Solomon Islands, they speak Pidgin. In the Northern Territory, they speak Creole. And in the Torres Strait Islands, they speak Yumbelatok. But in Vanuatu, the type of Pidgin that they speak is specifically called Bislama. So within Vanuatu, there are about 113 different local dialects that are spoken. Now, with a small population of about 260,000 people, that makes Vanuatu one of the most language-dense countries in the entire world. So Vanuatu's main languages are English, French, and Bislama. So although Bislama is a Creole Pidgin language that has taken on different elements from different languages to form itself, 95% of Bislama derives itself specifically from English. The title of the actual language Bislama comes from a French word,
Bislama.
And that word comes from the French actually labelling not just the language but the whole country of Vanuatu, specifically by what they were trading. They were trading sandalwood, but they were also trading sea cucumbers. Basically, Bislama comes from a French derived term which means sea cucumber. Now, because of Bislama's dual French and English influence, it can often be pronounced differently. If you're coming at Bislama from a French linguistic background, you would use Bislama, so you would emphasize the sh in Bislama. If you are coming from an English background, you would emphasize the S, therefore it would be Bislama. So throughout Vanuatu, you'll hear this said differently. You'll either hear Bislama, and some people are really adamant that it is called Bislama, and then you'll also hear Bislama. Because we're going to be doing this course coming from an English perspective, we will be pronouncing it as Bislama. So in summary, Bislama is a language that has taken bits and pieces of all these different languages and created its very own Pidgin language as a way of communicating effectively from people in Vanuatu outside, as well as from people within Vanuatu. Thanks so much for sticking around and watching this video on what Bislama actually is. If you are interested in going on this learning journey and learning Bislama as a language, please by all means stick around. We're going to be having weekly videos that come out. Our next video is going to be talking about the why of learning Bislama. What are some of the reasons why you could learn Bislama, and specifically identifying what is your reason for wanting to learn Bislama. Thanks so much, we'll see you then.